And welcome back. Well, Mondays here on the show, we often welcome a representative from the Alliance for the Future of Agriculture in Nebraska, or AFAN. To the studio today we have AFAN is helping us connect with an expert on sorghum.
Of course, corn and soybeans are very popular crops grown right here in Nebraska, but sorghum is also gaining in popularity among some farmers. And so here to tell us more about that today is Barbara Kliment. She is from the Nebraska Grain Sorghum Board. Thank you for being here today.
Well, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, originally from Northeast Nebraska like I am.
Yes, Wausau, Nebraska is hometown, and we were in Osmond yesterday to spend the holiday with the family, so it's very nice.
Yeah, great. Well, we want to talk about the uses of sorghum as far as food.
Right. Growing in popularity by leaps and bounds, actually, and especially among the health community, foodies, as some people like to call them. But part of that is because sorghum is a whole grain. It's an ancient grain. It's also gluten-free. And so as we all try to get more whole grains into our diet, sorghum is one of those that is an excellent option. And so through even through our office as well as through our national program, we're doing a lot to develop new recipes and promote sorghum as a healthful option.
And I know we showed a live picture earlier, but we can show it again here in the studio of some of the, well, I guess we're going to show types right now. I wanted to show some pictures of some of the
we can go to that later.
Food products that are made, but I guess we're going to show the sorghum types. What are the types that are out there of sorghum?
Well, most people here know of commercial sorghum, what I call commercial sorghum, and that is sorghum that is grown primarily for livestock feed or for production into ethanol. Most of the commercial sorghum that's grown in Nebraska, well, there's some that goes to Iams pet food. There's a lot that goes into dog and cat food formulations, and then a lot of it is shipped to the Pacific Northwest and goes to export, but is processed as primarily into probably either hog or poultry operations.
Excellent. And I know we're going to get to these pictures in a minute, but there's a white food sorghum, which we're seeing now.
Seeing on the screen.
There's red sorghum. Is there a difference between the red and the white?
Well, the food sorghum, in fact, I have a head here of a food sorghum hybrid, and this is a tan plant sorghum. Most of the commercial red sorghums that you see have a darker gloom, and they have a pigmented subcoat beneath the seed coat. And those, while nutritionally they're quite similar, the fact that the commercial sorghums have the red sorghums, as you might refer to them, have that pigmented subcoat, when you go to grind the flour, that coloration discolors or darkens the flour. And we all eat with our eyes first. And so from the standpoint of superior milling quality and appearance and so forth, the food sorghum hybrids were developed. They're really relatively new. But the other thing is food sorghum hybrids are primarily contract production because you have to provide the assurance that field to fork, there's no cross-contamination with any of the other grains. And that's especially important to the celiac community who they cannot consume any wheat, barley, or rye.
We're just running out of time again, Barb, but I wanted to ask you, are more farmers looking at sorghum to produce?
Actually, farmers are looking at sorghum because sorghum is a little bit lower input cost, and then by virtue of the fact that we do have ever-growing export markets, and the ethanol industry is also a growing market for producers as well. So,
and it's also good for dry land, or like dry climates?
Very drought tolerant, and you know, and they're kind of talking like after that this summer and fall could be pretty dry, and so farmers have to weigh all of those options. They've got a lot of decisions to make in the spring, and of course selecting which crops they produce is one of them.
Did you want to show the food at all that we have here?
Well, I think we got it in the other break there, but there's not only cereal and food that humans eat, but also, I guess we're seeing it now, there's also
There's
Pet foods and
there's
things
pet
like that?
foods. There, you see there's some sorghum syrup in there. Now that's made from the sweet sorghums. So you've got your grain sorghums, you've got sweet sorghums, and you've got what they call energy sorghum. That's with the lignocellulose that's produced into ethanol. And so sorghum is a very, very versatile grain. It's one of the oldest grains known to man, but probably one of the least understood and appreciated.
Neat. It's a pretty plant too.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
you can
is.
decorate with it even. It's so pretty.
There are a lot of people that do. A lot of your floral shops will, in the fall, will incorporate sorghum into their bouquets.
Very
Well,
neat.
Barb, we'll have to have you pack a can, and we'll talk more about
I'd love
sorghum,
to.
and maybe we'll cook.
Let's do
I
that.
hear
Let's
you're-
do some cooking.
You got recipes for me.
I've got
so-
all kinds of recipes. Yes, they can contact our office. These are recipes that I actually demonstrated at the Nebraska State Fair the last several years. Very popular thing at the fair, and but we're always anxious to. And they can go to sorghumcheckoff.com under the food tab. There's all kinds of recipes, these and others.
Great.
Perfect. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
All right.
Thank you.